Meryl Streep and Melissa McCarthy duke it out in the latest Only Murders in the Building. Meryl Streep and Melissa McCarthy just had it out on the latest episode of Only Murders in the Building, and it was the greatest, most unexpected moment of the series so far. Charles, Steve Martin, Mabel, Selena Gomez, and Oliver, Martin Short, travel to Long Island after finding out the killer has been watching them all along. But things got messy real fast when Oliver's Hollywood actor girlfriend, Loretta Streep, re-entered the season, and in unfamiliar territory, no less. Melissa McCarthy portrays Charles's younger sister, Doreen, who becomes a bit more territorial over Oliver than anyone probably would have asked for, which is one reason McCarthy was the perfect choice for the part. On the way to Doreen's home to evade the killer, Oliver devastatingly sends Loretta a breakup text after feeling like he had flubbed the relationship altogether. Loretta immediately flies out from Los Angeles to talk with Oliver in Long Island, where she catches him tussling with Doreen. Oliver later confesses a handful of things that he did, or almost did, for Loretta, which leaves her considerably disturbed. Doreen boldly vouches for Oliver and insults Loretta, but things escalate at an alarming rate when she comes around to apologize. From Doreen's initial shove, to Doreen making Loretta eat her own braids, to Loretta putting her acting skills and stage combat to good use, their spontaneous match was incredible to behold. The fight is truly anyone's game upon first watch. We've only just met Doreen and, even though she's clearly on the bolder side of the characters we've seen, we don't quite know how far she's willing to go. And Loretta's been a mostly shy and peaceful character so far, so we couldn't expect her to go whipping out an entire street smarts, or, rather, stage smarts, repertoire. The scene becomes absolutely unhinged, and Loretta's crane kick to Doreen's face makes it nearly impossible to forget. Before Season 4 of Only Murders began, series creator John Hoffman laid out Loretta's storyline to Meryl Streep and Martin Short over dinner. Streep was good to go with her assignment up front. Hoffman told TV Line, "I said, there's going to be a catfight, basically over Oliver, between you and Melissa McCarthy." And literally, I watched her raise her hands over her head, and she went, "I bet on me." With Streep raring to go, it was time to reach out to the couple's new third wheel. Hoffman had been waiting to work with Melissa McCarthy on the show for years, but the COVID pandemic halted what they'd had in the works. Scheduling was becoming pesky between the actors for the episode, as not everyone who was a part of the episode was available simultaneously during the window to shoot. "This is Meryl Streep in an episode," said Hoffman to the Wrap, "so we had committed to when we were shooting this no matter what, plus this incredible collection of actors that we wanted for this episode." But McCarthy's schedule opened up at the 11th hour, and before Hoffman had even finished explaining the role, she was immediately on board. I was pitching her, and I said, "So, your character's name is Doreen," and she said, "I'm in," Hoffman explained to TV Line. Then I went down the list of things, all of the dolls, the Charles relationship, the Oliver relationship, and when I got to that scene, she goes, "I'm going to hang up because I'm going to pass out. I'm so in love with everything you're telling me." Chris Barnes, the stunt coordinator for Only Murders in the Building, mapped out a fight scene with Hoffman, and they were satisfied with what they had come up with. However, when they showed the sequence to Meryl Streep and Melissa McCarthy, the actresses had wildly bigger ideas. In an interview with Variety, Hoffman divulged, they got to choreographing this themselves, and when I saw what they were doing, I was like, this is not mapped out with the stunt people. They're like, no, we don't need stunt people. I'm like, Meryl, you're being thrown over that couch on your neck. I can't. She says, I'm fine. I'm fine. I love it. It's a blast. Streep's and McCarthy's unrelenting vision toward the scene stunned the Only Murders showrunner. They went at it so viscerally in a way that none of us were prepared for, said Hoffman to Variety, and each time they did it, I couldn't look. Apart from one shot that used a stunt person, the match was performed entirely by Streep and McCarthy. Now that's impressive.